So this ended up being one of my favorite lives, the outcome. Now, many will laugh who come to my lives a lot because I say that frequently, but I really do mean it with this one, how the end turned out. So this is kind of a version of the Tangle hollis, and it's kind of like just taking a nest shape. You can make it any shape you want. You can have other parts of the hollis come off of this. I made all of these separate because what we did was we put lines on the inside of it, and then we weighted them. And what we do in the lives is they're very spontaneous. So a lot of times I'll just ask whoever is in the live what tangle they want to do, and then we implement that tangle somehow into what it is that we're doing. And what I love about doing this process is when I repetitively do the same thing over and over again, I find that my mind can't think of anything else. So it quiets down all the noise, right? And so we didn't do this whole thing in the live because it would have taken too long. So we got as far as we could, and then I did a little bit of shading, and then I did the rest on my own and shaded it and gave it some more love that I felt it needed. But what's really cool about the end of this is shading plays an important role in how you want your art to look. If you want it to look as though it's puffy or raised. Last night we did something that kind of looks like a rope. If you want it to look like maybe it's, sometimes we've done a couple Alice in Wonderland kind of themes where it's like going down the rabbit hole. But shading plays a huge part in that because the contrast to the dark and the light is what causes that illusion. So right now I'm doing a lot of weighting, and you can see me taking the lines, and at the bottom of the lines I'm adding ink, quite a bit of ink. And when I do this, what it does is it allows me to be able to use less graphite to get the look I want. So you can see me now, I put graphite. Now I always turn the light off in my lives, and people always come in at that point and ask me why. Because you can see shading better when bright light isn't on it, because graphite is shiny. So a lot of times whenever I'm shading anything from just my own art that I do, or if I'm working on gangles, whatever it is that I'm working on, I like to turn that light off. Or for a long time, I would take it maybe into a bathroom and pull down the shade and then kind of work on the shading even more in that light. Because then when you bring it out into the light, you have the depth you're looking for. Many times when people shade, they tend to shade on the side of caution. Have an eraser near you. Take the leap, because I did with this, and boy, did it come out really amazing. And again, for me, the most important part of this whole process is it's about the journey to the end of the tangle. The tangle at the end is a bonus. So focusing on your breathing, not holding your breath, light with the pen, light with the pressure, it will change how your tangle looks in the end.